so excited to be here. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook for a very important announcement.
We have new transfers from the Iron Orchid Designs.
8 new transfers, and we are hopefully in 1 hour going to DIY projects with each and every transfer. So not only do you get to see the transfers, but you can see what they actually look like on projects. You can pick these transfers up at JamiRayVintage.com. Are you sure that's not private?
Yeah, it's not
private. Just checking. All right.
It's just Wednesday in the morning or Tuesday in the morning.
So we don't normally go live on Tuesdays. Oh look, we've got comments. Seb's going to pull up comments here, and Caitlin is on. We won't be responding to as many comments live vocally, but Caitlin is on both YouTube and Facebook to answer your questions.
All right, so we got to get started if we're going to get all of these done. This chair was painted a while ago. It has been waxed, but it's been a while. So this should be just fine to put a transfer on, and it's been very, very buff. There's no waxy residue on it.
First transfer that we're going to be using is Japonica. How would you say that? Japonica.
I would say Japonica. If there's another way, you know, you do what you want. You call it what you want.
This transfer has floral on it, but also here, I'll let you open that.
Here.
This transfer has floral as well as some Japanese figures. Zeb's going to show you on each camera.
We'll do close up for the YouTube people and the Facebook people.
Woo woo.
So
it's got a Japanese theme, but it's also floral. I think it's really, really pretty.
You did not cut that very well.
Sorry, you're going to have to do it for me.
All right, I'll do it.
I really wanted to, as soon as I saw it, I wanted to see it on an apothecary painted piece, and luckily we painted this chair last week, so it's ready to go. Oh, I've got the wrong stream up here. We're doing awesome.
All right, so we've got this chair, and I'll bring it in. It's going to be a little awkward because we got a couple cameras going, but I'll bring it in close to both cameras when we're done so you can see it good. So if you can't see it very well, don't sweat it. We will bring it in so you can get a good close-up.
All right, I'm going to hold this side.
Well, so the backer on these IOD transfers is not taped down or adhesive at all to it. So you got to be careful not to separate it when you get started. All right, Jami, let's position this. How do you want this? What portion do you want of it?
So I want this portion over here, and I just kind of want it off-center on the side of the chair.
Off-center on the side of the chair. All right.
Does that make sense? You want me to cut it and you can put it on?
Yep.
So we just had a question. Are we selling these transfers? Yes, these are the brand new transfers. They just got put up on our website, JamiRayVintage.com, and you can pick them up there. The nice thing is that they come with a grid system, so you can definitely cut out and use what you need.
They also come with the applicator. It's important to have the applicator. You can use other things, but these work really well. And they used to be wood, but they've gone to plastic now, and I like them a lot better because I used to push so hard I'd break the wood ones.
All right, I'm going to pull the backing off of this one.
Wait, because you're going to have a lot more backing
I
than
know,
will fit
but
on
I
the chair.
needed to see how I wanted to put it first.
Okay.
So this is going to go up the chair. Oops.
Just like that. We're just going to cut that edge off and hopefully reuse it.
Yeah, well, I'll reuse the bottom of that one, but this one needs to come through the chair like that. Do you need to cut that corner off?
We will see in a minute.
All right,
we're experimenting today. We did a channel member live video on YouTube earlier with some experimentation, and now we're experimenting with transfers. It's a fun day. It's a brave new world.
Well, we have used transfers a ton.
All right, so that is on there. Once, because of the sticky backer, once they're down, you don't want to pull them back off. You want to just kind of leave them where they go. And I'm just going to start transferring on with the stick, and they'll discolor a little bit when you're using the transfers. They'll get like a lighter color, and that's how you know they're breaking away from the backer on here.
Hold on. Am I doing this the wrong direction? Oh, there we go. I'm like, it's not rolling. You want to keep the backer on the portion that you're not using, so that way you don't waste any. Something like a chair, you can get a couple applications on it. There's a really cute little bird that I want to cut out and add on here. I'll bring the bird up close so you guys can see it. Also, don't do transfers in a windy area.
Yeah.
If you're outside, you can see that little bird.
We tried to do them outside once, and it didn't go well.
It did not end well. So I'm going to save that. You can put transfers over the top of transfers. Once this is all down, later when we're not live, we'll put a clear wax over the top of the transfer. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. It might take a minute to get this
Okay.
to go on. So we're gonna have to do projects together.
Okay.
We're gonna
Well,
get
I'm
all
gonna
of
roll-
these on there.
I'm gonna roll this up and we're gonna move on to a window project. And we will come back to you. How about that?
That's fine.
Okay, let me,
Okay, so I got it to break. I'm gonna do what they call riding the wave. And you just kind of lift it up on the corner and chase it with the applicator stick.
well, the tricky thing about chairs is that the chair has like a butt imprint in it. You know, it's wavy.
Contour.
It's contoured, that's what it is. That's what it is. All right, I'm gonna put the lid back on here. Always store your transfers with the backer on, protected, so that way you can save them for a later date. I like to use odds and end transfers on home decor. All right, can't get that lid quite on there. We do have them in stock and they are shipping now, which is exciting. Okay, next transfer up. Which one should I do, Zeb?
I don't know.
Should I do the butterfly one?
Yeah,
We're
are you
doing a
gonna do that
floral.
on a big window?
Yeah, so the next one I'm going to show you is called, why do they name these things I can't say? Entomology, etc. So entomology, etc. It's got insects, as it were. And we're going to do it on this big window here. Okay. All right. Got this window. Can they see the window over there?
Yep, you can see it.
All right, Zeb, would you give me that window cleaner? It's right underneath you there, and I know I brought some Windex, some paper towels in today.
Yep, they're right here.
Okay. Always make sure if you're going to be doing it on a glass window that you've got it clean. So I had most of the dirt off of this, but I'm just going to make sure it's clean. Once you put it on the window, if you want, you can take like an artist brush and seal over the top of the transfer. Try not to get on the window. I never seal them. I just let people know that it's just dust spot cleaning only. So that's why you want to make sure it's really clean. Also, the cleaner the window, the better it will adhere. I have a ton of old windows in the back, and if you're local to Lehigh and you want to buy a transfer and a window, we have both in stock. So I know we get asked this a lot, what do things sell for? This chair without a transfer would sell for $39.95. With half of a transfer, I'm probably going to ask at least $59 to $69 for that chair. And this window is pretty big, so it's probably going to sell for about $69.95. So, give you an idea of price range.
Yeah, when you add a transfer, bump up that price if you're doing it for resale, or think of how much you're saving if you're keeping it yourself.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got questions going on. More great items. Yay, my first live. How do the transfers do on uneven surfaces like wood that's been carved? They do fine. You just need to, oh, you mean like detail carved? They will cut and break where the details are. So you might want to cut portions into small areas if they're going over a detailed carved area, and then use like the end of the stick that Zeb's using to really get down into those details, and don't expect perfection because an uneven surface is going to give you some cracks. Would you pass me those scissors, sweetie? So again, I'm using the entomology, etc. And I'm going to cut this open here.
So we're going to kind of breeze through here. If you want to know how to really do it, if you want like a detailed DIY, we have several videos on how to do transfers. Just look up Jami Ray Vintage Furniture Transfer, and the videos will pop up, and they're usually shorter, dedicated, and we do a lot of problem solving on those for you.
I feel like we do a lot of problem solving because we cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, you know, we like to do things that maybe you shouldn't do with the paint and the transfers and things and the sealers, and then we're like, oh yeah, don't do this, this will happen.
All right. So this has like some fish on it. I don't know what we're gonna wind up putting here. The fish are not gonna make it for this part. So.
That's cool though, you could cut them out and save them for something else.
For sure. So I'm gonna cut off this.
So this is taking a little longer because there are brush strokes on this chair that are a little raised. On that glass window or mirror, they go really quick.
Yeah. And you probably should tape it into place, but we don't have a tape handy, so we're gonna just fix this. All right. I'm just kind of eyeballing where it's gonna go and making sure I'm cutting off things that won't be seen. because you don't want to waste any part of it. You can use it on a lot of different projects here. Put this over here.
Well, like we use small little pieces on the side of like a storage box or a crate or.
And we have some smaller items over here to the left, so we'll show you what we mean by saving it for little projects. Okay.
All right, we're getting it here.
You get, oh, that's pretty, Zeb.
Yeah,
Not that I'm surprised, but that looks really good on apothecary.
I got a couple little spots where it folded over because I'm hurrying, but I think we'll be okay because it'll just give it a little bit of an age distressed look.
That's right. Distressing hides a multitude of sins. All right, I'm just laying this down here nice and neat on my glass. All right, where did my tool go? There it is.
If Jamie finishes before me, I won't feel sad because glass is so easy to put a transfer on.
It is true. Look, that sticks like crazy. It's so good. Mirrors and windows, some of my favorite projects because they come off really easy. This one has a lot of different details on it though. When Zeb's done with that, if I'm still over here working, I'll have him move the camera so you guys can see a little bit more of what I'm doing with this transfer. They all come with these sticks. They used to be like cardboard sticks, but these hard plastic ones work really good. And they don't break. Remember when those cardboard sticks used to break?
Yeah, they were like thin little like craft wood almost.
All right, got a froggy on here. Another thing you can do, which I'm not doing today, is paint the back side of your window so you've got a color that will contrast with your transfer. That's always a really fun option. Sometimes I leave them clear. You can also put hooks on the bottom and make coat racks out of them. What I'm going for is, you know how they like take old butterflies and then they press them? This is the environmentally friendly way to do that. No butterflies were harmed in the making of this window. I might beat you. How you doing over there?
Oh, it's coming
Oh,
on.
you're almost done.
Yeah, I almost got it. There's this black and I guess clear, essentially black and white transfer is.
Coming off.
It's got a lot of detail, so
Oh yeah,
it's like
the more
doing.
detailed they are, the more patient you need to be.
It's like doing the small lettering sometimes. It takes a little longer.
Cassandra Davis from YouTube says she loves my French apron. Ironically enough, this is called Japanese apron on Amazon, and I just stenciled my logo with DIY paint. These are the aprons that all of my cute workers wear when they're working, because they do wind up painting a lot while they're on shift. All right, Zeb, you gotta come up with something interesting to say while I'm...
It's a little awkward going underneath this part here.
Oh my goodness. If you're just tuning in, if you're on YouTube, if you check out Jami Ray Vintage, type in the word transfer. You can see a lot of projects we've done with the old transfers, and today we are using all of the brand new transfers. And you can pick them all up at jamirayvintage.com, or if you're local to Utah, head into the shop tomorrow. We will have them all out on the floor. All right, Zeb.
I'm almost done. I'm gonna show you guys up close. I know you've been waiting in anticipation to see how amazing this is gonna look.
If you pull up and part of the transfer didn't stick like that one didn't, you can just push it back down and then it'll stick. Those are all done. These butterflies have a lot of detail.
Almost there. I've got like a little corner up here.
All right, we're done. Okay, now I'm finished, but I think I have some more, but I'm gonna show you guys where we're
I
at
need
right
to
here.
burnish mine.
All right, look at that. Look how pretty that is. Ta-da! Yes. As soon as you're done, you're gonna burnish it. All right, I need to get.
That's actually turned out really cool.
Yeah, I love it.
It has this one little spot, like I was saying, this lifted, and then it got folded on my transfer before I noticed it. So I will have to, I mean, we're just gonna run with that. I'm not gonna sweat it.
Well, we could distress it a little. You can take 220 sandpaper and distress the transfers. All right, I need to add, there's a little bit of a gap over here in my design to add these 3 butterflies.
Okay, so burnishing, where's those paper towels?
You want to use a lint-free rag or a shop cloth, or in our case, paper towel, because that's usually all we can ever find.
Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of wad it up here, and I'm gonna press down while I run this on here, and what this does is this catches any little air pockets and adheres it down nicely so you don't get lifting when you go to seal.
And we're just going to use a clear wax over that. Like I said, we're live, we've got to get all these projects done. We're not going to be using clear wax on it today, but we will do it before we sell it. Okay. All right, I've got to put some pieces up here.
All right, that's on there really well. Now just when we get around to sealing it, it'll be good to go.
You know what? I wonder what would look like to do some florals up on the top here. Like I've got all these butterflies down here and then some pretty florals. So I'm going to put this one aside and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to add flowers to the top window. I did add 3 little butterflies down to the bottom just to even it out, but then we'll do florals up top.
All right, good.
Okay.
Old chippy window here. That's fun. That would be cool with like some hooks or something on it.
Yeah, well actually there's hooks already on the top there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I picked that one. You want to show them the hooks that are on this one?
Oh, yeah. Oop.
All right, let's
There
see
it is.
what. Anything coming for the top? I will not be putting anything on the top of this chair because it's carved. So I kind of just feel like that detail is fun as is. But you could add a little bit of detail at the tippy top, like in this area here. But I kind of just like less is more sometimes. So I'm going to go with that. All right, let's pull that chair down.
Okay, so this was the Japonica.
Japonica, and that was the entomology one.
The entomology one.
Yeah.
Okay, next transfers.
If Caitlin's on, if she'll add some links below so you guys can, in the comments.
And we'll put them, once the video is not live, we'll put them down
in the
below for
description,
you.
the lots for you. Okay.
Okay, next.
Next. All right, what do you want to do next?
Where are the scissors? I'm going to just go in order. I'm going to do this one. So
Okay, which one is that? Wander.
this is the Wander Transfer. And it's a big one, 24 by 33, full color.
The scissors are right here, sweetie. Oh, I forgot to add this little bird to that
You forgot
chair.
your little bird to the chair?
I'm going to go, you know what? I'll put this bird on the top and then I'll show you guys. Where's my entomology tube, though?
And this is the Wander Transfer here.
All right,
We already got
entomology.
paint on it.
That's because we were going to put that on our piece.
We were going to put it on the dresser, but it got way too chippy the one we did for the member video. You guys will get to see it. We'll show you a picture.
All right, I'm bringing back the chair and then I'll show them. Where's the...
So I just take scissors and just run them around the edge. You could use a knife, but I feel like the scissors work pretty well.
All right, I'm going to put this bird on here and then I'll show you guys the bird.
Oh, Jamie's transferring the bird. Doing it off camera, shame on her.
Okay. The chair's coming back.
Set it right up on there.
Oh, just right here?
Yeah.
Okay, but I gotta
I don't know if they can see it.
I gotta switch the camera angles.
Don't drop the camera off there.
Okay.
Precarious.
Oh gosh, so
Remember, we talked about this. You're not
I
supposed
know I'm
to touch
not
the
allowed
cameras.
to move it. They'll just have to catch the bottom and then I'll bring it up close. Can you mix that? Oh, this one's easy. This is on a better tripod. Oh, we got some super chat. I don't know who that was because I wasn't watching, but thank you guys. All right, there we go.
Okay, now you can see Jamie doing the little bird.
I just added the little bird up on the top here. Oh, you're right. It doesn't like to stick on this. Probably because it's waxed. If it was a liquid top coat, it would stick better. There we go. Just kind of peel it.
Okay, so this is another big transfer. What? Do we have another full-size window, or do you want to do this one on a mirror? We have
So
this big window down here.
the big open window would be pretty.
This one?
Yeah, but it needs to be cleaned up.
Okay, I'll wipe it
All right,
down.
do you want to just slide these over?
Yeah, we can get those out of the way.
Let's put them underneath this chair.
In true fashion, when we get about 20 projects going at once,
all right.
we run out of room.
we'll see, can you really do this many projects in an hour?
I think so. I mean, there'll be a little bit of finish work to do once we're done, but like sealing and waxing. Oh, that one's farm fresh.
Okay, Kathy cleaned it, but
They
they have been
were
living in the back
really,
porch.
they were really dirty when we got them. They had a bunch of tree leaves and been sitting outside under a tree for a while.
If you stop by the shop, we sell the windows unfinished for $24.95, so you can come and pick out your own window and do your own projects. Or we have a bunch finished. We sell them both ways, finished and unfinished. All right, there we go. Bird's on there.
Okay.
Didn't lose any of the pieces. I think that carries up the design nicely without being too crazy.
Well,
You guys think?
it probably wouldn't have transferred well onto the press oak part.
Like the detail part. There we go. There's a bird.
All right, don't knock over my camera.
I'm not gonna knock over the
You're
camera.
making me nervous.
The bird's flying in. Choo 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 choo. All right.
The bird makes a choo-choo sound.
I don't know. I don't know what the bird does. Okay, phew.
All right, next. Okay, so this is a horizontal design.
So cut that viney part off the top because I don't think that's gonna make it. I think you could leave the viney part. You could use almost all of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. I'm gonna bring it over here, just a hair.
Okay, what's the name of that
All
one?
right,
that
I need you to
used?
fix this camera that you got all crazy because no one can see what I'm doing anymore over on
Okay,
YouTube.
hold on. I'm putting this. All right, we're back. All right, camera down. Up close to my face, I got my lashes done. All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna follow the grid now that I know kind of where the edge is and
There
cut
we go.
this off with the backer and everything.
Yeah, that's where the grid comes in handy, especially on windows. When you're done with that, I need that. I'm gonna use this next one. It's called Lemon Drops. Ta-da! Show you guys Lemon Drops is what I'm gonna be using next. And I'm gonna be using it on this chair right here.
Oops, that's not the right tube.
Can I have the knife?
Here's the tube. Scissors?
This is what's left over.
All right, I'm gonna hold the transfer. Can you come slide the backer out? Because this is so big.
Yeah. You let me know when you're ready. Sorry, you guys get the
I
backside.
think I'm ready. Here, you know what? I'm gonna lift it because I'm nervous.
All right, just carefully.
And you hold the edges and just line it up on the bottom there.
Hold on. I'm coming in, but
Yep, this is a two-person on this one.
especially when you're trying to do
If you have a flat surface and you don't have to drop it down inside of a frame of a window, it's not super bad, but this is a little tricky.
Oh, you're committed now.
Yep, we're down.
Okay, it's nice and level on the bottom.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
You're
so
good there because I'm gonna get started on my lemons.
when you first get them down, I like to just kind of get all the air out from underneath that I can.
What's that one again? Wanderer?
I believe so. Where'd you put the thing?
I don't know where the tube is.
I just handed you the thing.
I just put that over there.
Oh.
The tube is behind you somewhere.
Oh, it's down over here on the floor. Yes, Wander. It'll take me a month before I remember all these names.
This one is Lemon Drops. I can say that one.
Okay. Application stick. All right, you
So-
got the camera all crazy over there again.
What? This you can see it right there.
Yeah, but it's not straight. You're gonna give people an eye twitch. You're gonna give me an eye twitch.
All right. So I'm on transfer number 4, Lemon Drops.
All right.
I can't ever open these without a knife. I'm not very good at this. Oh, it's because I didn't cut it all the way across.
You had to score it real good. This one's much easier than the chair was.
Yeah, you can see how the window transferring is easy peasy.
But that chair, I mean, that's pretty unique.
Zeb, I need you to pull this off. I got it separated, I can't get the lid off.
Is it separated?
Yeah, it's separated, there we go.
It's because you were squeezing it while you were
Oh,
trying to
okay,
pull it out.
don't squeeze it while you pull it out. So this one is as long as the other transfers, it's just not as wide. There you go. And this is the lemon drops here, so it's as long, but it's not as wide. Okay. So I'm going to decide how I'm going to put this on here. I think coming down this way. Over to the side. How you doing over there?
It's coming along pretty quickly. I love that the adhesive on these, like you can't really see it.
Yeah,
There's not like a big rim around it like you get with some,
Yeah, it doesn't look like a giant sticker.
yeah.
Yeah, it's because they have very low margins. It's a sign of a well-made transfer. So we're gonna come from the top here. Oh yeah, this seat is not smooth either.
Yeah, it's got contour on the butt.
It's got a lot of contour. This is an outside.
But no one can see what you're doing because you gotta like work from the side.
Well, I'm gonna do it when it's not where it's not as contoury.
Okay.
Nobody can do it. Okay, sorry guys. All right. Where's my tool?
I don't know, we've got a couple sticks out here now. Here.
Oh, it's still in the thing. I like to save them so that way, when Deb and I are working on a project together, we can each have one.
We use them for other things too. Like
Yeah.
scraping paint off of stuff, they work good for that. Cause they're pretty.
We never get paint all over the place.
What?
Alright. So this desk that I'm doing over here is painted in Farm Fresh. And it was painted probably 4 days ago. So it doesn't have a sealer on there. If we had just painted it, you would want to put a sealer on it to get it to stick. But I made sure it was dust free. And it was painted quite a while ago so that the paint has secured. You can see that this transfer is releasing fairly easy too.
Alright.
I'm
I
gonna
think
get
once
more
I get
than
past
one
this top
project
part,
with each of
what?
these.
You're gonna get what?
I said I'm gonna get more than one project with each of these. What were you saying,
So
Sweetie?
once I get past this top part where everything's kind of spread out, it should go really quick.
Yeah. Oddly enough, this cute little desk was owned by Molly. It had their stamp on the bottom of it. We picked it up at the DI for $8. This desk will probably sell for $69.95 and we paid $8 for it. And I'm only gonna be using half of the transfer, so I'll still have some left for another project. Well, that just kind of came off before I was putting on it.
I'm gonna work up a sweat by the time we're done here. I have to sit down.
Okay. It's a workout and it's a transfer. Alright, oh, that's pretty with the Farm Fresh.
The lemons.
Yeah.
Oh, you just did the very front of it, huh?
Where it was flat. I
Nice.
didn't feel like dealing with the butt grease. Sorry, I got part of it sticking to my fingers. There we go. Never set it down like that. I'm a bad influence. Alright, and we're gonna put the rest of this transfer on the corner here.
I'm just kind of working it up the side of the frame where I have this extra. What sticks will stick. I'm not really sweating it if it doesn't.
And I am just putting a little bit of this transfer that didn't fit on that on the top here to kind of carry the design across. And I like to wrap my transfers around the edge because I think it looks pretty. It's easy, there we go. All right, YouTube, I know you guys are over there, you can't see what I'm doing as well. So I'll just bring it close. Well,
Can you carry that without knocking all the cameras
No,
over?
I'm gonna have to bring the camera over, okay? So you can see the lemons, can they see that? Isn't that cute? Farm fresh and lemon drops. All right, 4 transfers down. Zeb's still working over here. I like that.
Uh-oh. This is why we talked about this. Hey guys, Jamie just dropped the whole tripod over.
Okay. Transfer down.
All right, let me see if I can get this back up on here.
Okay, so he's still working on, what was that one called, Wander?
Yes.
All right, lemons are done. Okay.
It's a live video, you get all the fun things.
4 transfers down, 4 to go. Let me put the, so you can see that I still have half of a lemon transfer, actually more than I actually put on that, so I could do 2 or 3 more projects. I'm gonna put that back in here in my tube. Are they saying anything?
I don't know, I'm sure they're laughing because we just dropped the camera. Carson Millie, you got her jumping.
Sorry, I'm jumping too. I got transfer stuck to my fingers. Okay. Is that 5 transfers? Because I only see 3 transfers here. We used, oh, there we go, that one. Oh, can you pass me that suitcase?
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna move these 3. We'll put them down there.
Careful, this is still wet on this side.
All right,
She
so
just painted it right before, like right there. That's where it's
oh,
wet.
this part right here is all wet.
Just wipe it off and leave it.
I don't think that's gonna work.
We'll flip it
Can
to
we
the, oh,
pass
that's the
the
top
heat
off.
gun without knocking stuff over?
Yes.
So this is painted, this is a suitcase that's painted in Sweet Pickens Ocean with Extra Bond added to it so it'll stick. We've got a little part that's still wet, so I'm gonna dry that off. I was hoping it'd be dry already. And I really wanted to use the wallflower on this one. Obviously, I won't be using the whole transfer because it's not very big. I'll probably just use it down here where I know it's all the way dry.
So you can see how now that I've got it kind of moving on these bigger flowers, I can just take larger swaths and just go back. Every now and then I'll get a spot that's not stuck down and you just drop the backer back down and then just rub right there and then your design will be complete.
Alright, so this is transfer number 5. It's called Wallflower. You guys see that one? Wallflower. I'm going to cut this one open. If you just tuned in and Facebook or YouTube, you can pick these transfers up at JamiRayVintage.com. And the paints that we're using, we sell there too. So this is Sweet Pickens in Ocean. And then the lemons were just put on a farm fresh desk. And then the japonica was painted in Apothecary. Well, the japonica chair. That's not how I wanted that to happen. I need you to pull this off.
You didn't cut it all the way.
I don't know what I would
There
do
we
without
go.
you.
You'd be alright.
I don't know about that. I'd be lonely.
Things would be
Alright.
probably much more interesting. I feel like I tone you back a lot.
Look how pretty this one is. So this to me looks like vintage wallpaper. And I think I'm going to start off with this corner here. This one I have a feeling I will be using a lot. So pretty. Drop that portion. And then cut off this portion here.
Alright, I think pretty quick here, now that I can run sideways, I'll be able to show you guys this one up close.
I want to show you how much is going to be left of this transfer. So you can get a ton out of this one because it's like all the way to the edges. Rolling it up. Back into the tube. You know what's new on these? This little piece of tape that holds them together. I'm not used to that.
Oh yeah, on the edge.
Okay.
I feel like I'm working on a tin roof over here. It's banging.
Transfer on the tin roof. Isn't there like hot cat on the tin roof or something about like play?
Cat on a hot tin roof.
Something like that.
Can you guys see that a little bit as it's coming out?
I don't think you can this one. There we go. Oh, it's good. That one's pretty. Remember that time we did that black with the white transfer and the paint wasn't dry all the way?
Yes.
That was probably one of the most difficult transfers we have ever done live. We actually haven't used transfers in a little bit because I've been patiently waiting. for
JP's
this one
been
to
saving
come.
all the mirrors and the windows for these new transfers to come out.
So I'm a little bit out of practice, but it's working out all right. No special ninja skills required. So I'm kind of just going with how it's pulling up. And that's making it a little bit easier here. All right. Push that one down. Boom. Look how pretty that is with that ocean background. I knew it was going to be good, but I didn't know it was going to be this good. All right. So I'm going to show you guys his little window. That window is pretty.
I got like some dirty spots down here on the bottom where I lost a couple flowers. That would be cool on like a door or something too.
Yeah, on a front door.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a disconnect there.
Yeah, it was happening to me a little bit because two things. I was hurrying and I didn't clean my window good enough.
Oh well, live TV. It looks good.
You know what? Look at it from back here. You can't even tell.
So I'm thinking that this would look really pretty with some hooks on the bottom, which we'll probably add, and then we'll add a French cleat, and this will make a great hall tree. And with the hooks, I'd probably sell this one for about $90 because it's a big one.
Yeah, it's a fairly large window, and then how much we get those hooks on Amazon?
Yeah,
for
we get
what,
those
like-
hooks on Amazon, 12 for $12.95, and we can put the link when we're not live anymore.
And this was the Wander.
Yep, that's the Wanderer, and I have the wall. Hold on, wallflower. I think this is called wallflower because this looks like a really pretty floral wallpaper. That's what I'm going with. I never know until I talk to the sisters what they were really thinking when they made them. Sometimes I want to know, why do you name things that I can't pronounce? After this, I think I'm going to need lunch though.
I think so too.
Like a big old cheeseburger and fries. All right, so next.
All right, they're liking it.
So I
And
was
Caitlin's
thinking-
doing an excellent job at answering comments.
I want to use some of this transfer on here, but I was also thinking, since we've got that black mirror over there, that the black with black, would that look classy?
Since you're on the outside over there, can you
Want me to
move
grab you
that
the mirror?
mirror for me? And it looks dusty. Hopefully I can get that one good and clean.
This one has been at the farmhouse. We thought we were gonna use it in that half bath, and then we didn't.
Then you found that East Lake mirror that you wanted to use that I had to cut
So
out.
it's a little dusty. It's a little dusty. Alright.
We might run out of paper towels.
Oh, don't worry, I got rolls for days. I shop at Costco. We need to just get some shop towels. Like the blue ones, I feel like those hold up better.
All right.
No, I didn't think about if this is up like this, those flowers are gonna be upside down.
You can't
Well,
even
this
tell.
will be, this will just be displayed sitting like that. That's all there is to it.
All right. You said you had paper towels.
Yes, I do. Hold on. Oh,
Way over there,
if
stretch
people could
for
only
it.
see what the other side of this workroom looked like.
I think they've gotten a good peek of it. All the camera moving and dropping and shaking.
Oh my goodness. You're not clear. If it's showing on our end, so you might want to hop out and hop back in. Am I on Wi-Fi or LTE?
You're on Wi-Fi.
Will the French cleat show through the glass? No, because it's skinny. This is a question from Facebook. The French cleats are skinny and it'll just be behind where the wood frame is, so you won't see it. They're like that much. You can pick them up at like Home Depot, but we buy them on Amazon because they're a lot cheaper. Hobby Lobby sells them too.
Yeah. The Ook brand is probably the best. Those are the ones you get from Home Depot. They hold the most weight, and you can get them in various sizes. So if you have like a big window, their big ones, just a single one of their I think it's a 12-inch width on the French cleat, will hold 100 pounds.
So if I'm using the Amazon ones, I usually put 2 if I'm gonna make it into something that's gonna be hanging and holding like jackets and stuff, because you have extra weight on there. Okay. All right, it's coming off good.
This had not been cleaned from its first painting.
Nope, there's probably still paint around the edge.
Yep, I'm having to get that off a little bit.
Sorry, I can come back and get that later as long as there's not transfer over it.
Okay, so this is a vertical hang, right? Not sideways.
Yeah, so make sure it's the right direction. No, check the back, see where the hanging hardware is first. Is there no hanging hardware?
This is the top right here.
That's the top? Okay. So let me see what that looks like. Show them what this transfer looks like. This is what's this transfer called?
This is Decor Transfer.
Label
Affirma.
Oh, like it's a bunch of different ones.
Yeah.
So they have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like a ton. So let's pick what we're gonna put
Well,
on
they
there.
all go together.
I know, but I'm gonna probably put market, or I'm gonna put one of these on here, like across the top. So show them over on this camera here in a second.
I will. Okay. So you want market across the top? It won't fit.
No, I was putting market on. I was either gonna do market on here or
I don't know if the market will fit on that either.
you don't. Oh yeah, that is pretty big. All right. So what about this? I don't know. You're gonna have to pick it. I can't make that decision, but for sure cut market off. We'll use that on another project.
Okay.
I just need to focus on getting this transfer.
Finally, you got a hard one that didn't go super
it
fast.
actually is not hard, but I've been like getting distracted because the new transfer you're working on is cool.
I do like this one a lot. I like signage a great deal, and this has got signage all over it. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna
Put that
just.
back in there. So the market is all just one piece now.
Okay, so somebody asked about like if it goes over like areas where it's carved. This isn't carved, but it's got this stitching, and you can see that it does go over it. It just cracks a little bit. So that's kind of what happens if you have a carved piece, or in this case, the stitching. Just want to push it down really good, and then I'll seal it with a clear wax when I'm done. Okay, what portion are you going to give to me?
So I'm thinking I almost want to like,
Oh, I like how this has a curve.
yeah, but I wanted to get like the whole center. Would that be weird if I cut?
Just the edges off?
So I'm thinking I'll cut this off.
No, I think you need to put the whole thing on there.
Yeah, I think enough of it doesn't come off.
I don't think you can share.
I don't think I can either.
Okay, I'll get another one, don't you worry. We got, the next one is classic pots. So I'm gonna open up this one. This is kind of the same size as that lemon drop one. And I have a couple projects I wanna use this one on, so I'm gonna open up this one first. This is kind of like the crockery stamp, only it's transfers, which I like.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, I nailed it. I thought I was in trouble, but it's perfect.
All right, but we'll be able to use that market on something else.
Yeah,
So
we
this
have the
mirror will
market.
probably sell for like $90 to $100, maybe even more. I think I paid $20 for the mirror. I'm trying to go slow so I score this properly so I can open it, not like the other ones when I couldn't get it open. All right. I am struggling. Okay, I need to open that one.
Grab it hard here. You have to grab down below. Because when you squeeze it here, it just wants to.
I'm gonna see what we got. That's a great bunch of microfiber cloths on Amazon. Yes, we do have we actually have a bunch of microfiber cloths. But we use them for other things. Okay, so this is the one with all the labels on it. It's really pretty. What label should I put on this one? I want it to look kind of like stickers like you would on a travel bag, you know?
So Debbie Wessig has a good idea. She says the only thing that looks upside down is the leaf. And so what you should do is add like another flower here to make it not look like it's upside down.
Or I'll just put these all over it. So what you want me to do is to make it, so we're gonna make this right side up like this. Oh, yeah, good idea. I'll just put these this way. Okay.
So Daisy Ann, you can use these on all kinds of materials. If you have like a metal front door or whatever, a lot of it depends on how it was sealed. We have put them on glass front doors, we put them on wood front doors, we put them on metal.
If they're exposed though to the sun, they will fade.
Oh, that's true. You do need to seal over them with something that, so we use...
we use Big Top, but our front door is in the shade all day.
So Kills Clear is a water-based outdoor sealer. So if you've got your door and you're doing it outside in direct sunlight, I would recommend trying that to see how that goes.
It's still gonna
They're intended for indoor use. They are not intended to be used outside, but I see people do it all the time. So if you're brave and you want to try it out, that would be my approach.
Our front door has a storm door, so it keeps water off of it, and our front door is completely in the shade here at the shop, and we haven't had any problems with our transfer. And I just sealed it with Big Top.
Kelly, I am paying attention to my crafting. I'm just going along.
Oh, this is cool. I like this. You guys see that first one? So I'm just gonna kind of put these all over it like travel stickers would be. And I paid $3 for this, and I'll probably I used a third of a transfer or a fourth of a transfer, and I'll probably use another fourth of a transfer, and I'll sell it for, I don't know, $40, $50. Depends on how much I put into it. I always make sure I get my transfer money back. Although I like this one, I might not sell it.
Yeah, so I have done that, where I've I put the transfer on the wrong side and had to move the hardware, the hanging hardware on the mirror, because we've put them on upside down before. That's the easier way to do it. Or pull the backer off the mirror and flip it around. So if you get it on upside down, it's not the end of the world.
I don't know where this one stops and starts. I'll just go with the whole thing. Whoop! It's the wrong side. I'm putting transfers over transfers. You can totally do that. How are you working out there, then?
So I'm trying to break the transfer where the edge meets, and then I'm gonna work towards the center.
Alright, I think we only have one transfer left after this one.
Man, we've really cruised on along with these. I don't even know how long we've been live.
I don't know, look and see what that says. We
My
started
body
at 12.
tells me it's lunchtime.
It was lunchtime when we got started. These more detailed ones are a little bit difficult to get on. Alright, what are people saying on YouTube?
I've been watching.
Okay.
What color is the frame on the mirror? It is little black dress in DIY paint.
And this is painted in Ocean by Sweet Pickens. Words are always the hardest, I feel like.
So right here, I have this LE part of the word that's peeled up. You just lay it back down, and now it's on.
And some of them are made to look aged, so if they're not perfect, it's still okay. Alright, I'm getting up. Alright. This is the most exciting life ever.
Hey, we're knocking out a bunch of projects.
I know, the shop's gonna look really cute. Well, all of them will show everybody all the things we did in an hour. Alright. If you're worried about it moving around on you, you can also use painter tape that helps. This is a big, long portion.
Yeah. You need to give them a close-up of that. That's really cool.
Alright, I'm gonna show you where we're at so far, okay? We're getting there with this one. I feel like I need more though, because I gotta fill in this hole in the middle. So, I like this here. The cool thing is you could paint a bunch of jars on the inside and then put these on the outside, and you could do like a dozen jars probably with this. Well, that's pretty.
Yeah, I think the black with the black frame
It's
on
really
here is,
sophisticated.
and then the rose detail is gonna make it, just pumps it up to the next level.
I feel like the more I do it, the faster I get. Alright, that one's done.
Okay, I'm almost ready for a reveal on this one.
No.
There's enough going
Is that
on
which
this
one? I need one more. What do you think? What do you guys think?
I like the one with the fox, but I don't know if
You
it
like
goes
the
with
one with the fox?
I do. I don't know if it goes with your roses though, or your flowers.
I think the fox with flowers. What does the fox say?
So on this one, there's enough detail and words on this. I feel like even if you missed like part of an I or an S or something was missing, it's not even noticeable. It gives it kind of like that aged. Got one more emblem right here. It's like a seal.
Yeah, I'm using my finger, that's helping kind of pull it down as I release it.
Don't let me forget to burnish this one good.
Yeah, we'll do it later. Okay.
Or otherwise, we might lose some of
Do
these
we have
little
any
letters.
comments that you're gonna Okay. Oh, I need like one more. Okay, I thought I was done. I was just kidding. I was just kidding. I'm not done
Oh,
yet.
you guys are getting the glare from those lights. Oh, look, it's Jami.
Oh. Hopefully you're only getting one chin. All right, there we go.
Alright, let me see if I can get this close without too much glare. So in the hanging hardware, I've got to add, what I do is I'll just add like a cable across the back here, and that'll be the top. So you can see it pretty well there. How much would you ask for this one?
Probably at least 90.
Because the mirror itself
The
is
mirror
pretty
itself's
good.
worth quite a bit. So yeah,
And
I
it's
think I
in-
paid like $10 for the mirror.
It's an old plaster mirror, it's not resin or
All right,
plastic.
ta-da! It's done.
We gotta dust
I
off.
like it. And
We
then
gotta
we'll
dust
burnish
this
it.
paint off. It's all.
And this will get a coat of clear wax, and I'll display it in the shop, and it's gonna sell fast because that's cute.
Did you use all the transfers, or is there one
Nope,
more?
there's one more.
Okay.
Okay, Zeb, you got ferns. Fern. You gotta figure out what you're gonna do with your ferns.
Hold on.
Okay, so this is what I was talking about with the clear glass. This is just an apothecary style jar. I painted the lid. It's not quite dry, so I'm not gonna put it on there. And it needs a second coat of paint, and then I'll put some sealer on the inside of it. But I'm gonna go ahead and put a transfer on the outside. So that's the nice thing about transfers. You can paint the inside of the jar, seal it up, and then it's still nice and smooth on the outside. And then you can take these little transfers, which are called the, I don't remember. Hold on, the classic pots, and you can put them on the outside.
Deborah, are we making a lot of noise? She said her husband was trying to nap, and he asked her what all the noise was. Probably is rubbing those transfers and crinkling them around. It's really
Probably.
loud.
All right, which one do we want?
Here, let me borrow those scissors real quick and get this one open
Okay,
so we can
hold on,
show
I'm
them.
gonna take this one. Okay, there it is. So I'm gonna put this on this glass jar here. This one, it has black on it. I feel like we got a little serious.
I got a little serious?
Yeah. You got some of the paint off of the mirror on it.
Oh.
So this is just painted in tarnished pearl by DIY Paint on the inside, and I'll put one more coat once it's dry, and then I'll put a sealer on it. I'll probably spray it. And I'm just putting this on the glass on the outside.
Hello, Pearl in Ireland.
Oh, my
Pearl
cousin
and
Karen
Bunny.
Mofford's watching on Facebook.
Fun. All right, so this one is.
That sounded exciting. Fun. Karen, he really is excited.
I am excited. My voice is going.
My mom's coming today, so I'm excited. As soon as we're done here, it's lunchtime and pick up the mom time.
You could do like a whole scene on your wall with this one
Oh
here.
yeah.
Get like a botanical thing going in your bathroom. You know.
What are you gonna put that on?
I don't know.
There's one more window right there. But I don't know.
I almost want to put it on something small and make it look like it's growing up out of the corner.
We'll go in the shop and see if there's anything that you would like to put it on that's already painted.
What about this? I don't think it'll
If it's the
stick to
green
that.
and the green, it'll stick on that, but it's green on green.
I'll go look. I'll go look real quick. If I can get out of here.
I'll scoot in. Alright. Pulling over YouTube comments. Zeb house update. We have a bunch of dirt. If you guys follow along with us on YouTube, you see we have a 100-year-old farmhouse we've been working on. And we have a bunch of dirt that's being moved around. That's what's going on. Nothing super exciting. My dad's coming today. He's a general contractor. And he, I'm sure, will give us lots of good information. Zeb's hoping to get footers poured this week and finish the structural upgrades And then next week's Thanksgiving, so I don't know how much we'll get done, but we will hopefully start working on more pretty stuff inside. It's been a process for sure. We've never done this before with a house, so we're kind of learning as we're going, and we're trying not to screw things up too bad. All right. Put market and a lot of ferns. Zeb, you could put the ferns and the word market together.
I like that idea.
But is it like a fern market?
I didn't find anything that I really wanted to put a transfer on out there
Oh,
currently.
man. You're gonna make me go shopping?
No, there's a lot of good things, but it almost, I think the window would be in order, I think.
Well, this one here with the flowy thing and the floral there's like, no, that mirror's too ornate.
I've got an idea. I'm gonna try it right here on this.
Why don't you do it on the birdhouse?
I'm gonna try it right here on the corner of this box. Just
Okay.
just a couple. I might come over from the other corner too.
All right, so that box is painted in Julep by Sweet Pickens. You can also get that in the farmhouse finishes, and it's been waxed. So that's the color that's on there, because I know people are gonna ask. All right, I'm almost. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think these are a different enough color that it'll be
That turned
okay.
out really cute. What do you think?
Oh, that looks good. Show them close. You're not close. Too close.
Hold on. Ta-da! So this is part of the, what is this called again? Classic pots. If you're just tuning in, we're using new IOD transfers. You'll definitely want to scroll back to the beginning, and you can pick them up at jamirayvintage.com.
This wave of transfers and their molds go really well together.
I do. I think that they worked really good. Okay, so I think I'm going to take this bottom part and do it on the back. The picture gallery for all good boys and girls in London. That's what this part says. What's this one?
Alright.
Maybe I won't, because that's French and this is English. Alright, we're gonna
Okay.
put that back.
I'm gonna roll this up for just a minute. I think I'm gonna do 2 of these ferns on here,
Okay.
but I don't want it to.
Oh, you know what you could put ferns on? The top of this window here needs some more zhuzhing. Okay.
So this is a metal box that we painted. I'm thinking right like that and wrap around the corner.
Can I have that birdhouse over there?
Yep. I don't know how. Just make sure that's not dusty. Didn't you just paint that?
Oh, was there one that had a little bird that we didn't use on it? Which one was that? I've done so many transfers now, I can't remember which one was in it.
There was the bird that you put on the back of the chair.
There was another bird. I think it was, I don't know. You know, I'm just gonna use this little bit, this weird strip of transfer because I don't know what the heck else you put it on. And I am going to use it on this because this is a good way to use a little edge of a transfer. Put it sideways on my house here. Never throw away scraps. First lesson of transfer situation. You never know when you're going to need them for another project. All right, so I'm putting this on here. This is left over from the wander
Yep.
that Zeb did on that giant window. It's just a little tiny scrap of piece, but this isn't a very big project, so it'll work good. Birdhouses are like the perfect smalls to put little transfers on because they're kind of plain and they need a little zhuzhing up. This birdhouse is painted in tarnished pearl and clear waxed.
Well, sometimes we get the birdhouses and they've been painted, but it's usually like a little dated on what they've been painted with. Like the design on them, the florals off or whatever. I feel like these are kind of timeless because they're almost like a scientific book that you're looking through, like an old drawing.
Yeah, what you said. Where's my little stick? I'm just gonna layer this on here until it's a good time.
I'm trying to keep this box from Sounded like a drum.
It's flopping back and forth. Alright, so we have almost finished all of our projects using 8 IOD transfers. Then if you stick around, we'll show you all of the projects together.
Well, and we'll probably get another 10 projects out of
Oh,
these
yeah.
transfers, because there's just so many things we can do with the little leftover bits.
The little bits. Alright. I'm just gonna, this has a weird spot where the fern just kind of ended, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of this fern to that fern. You guys see? To complete the look on this side of my birdhouse here. Where'd my little stick go? I feel like transfers are good for people like me that aren't super good at like drawing or patient enough to do like a ton of stamping. Look how cute that is. It was a rather simple little birdhouse and now it's getting all dolled up.
Alright, now we gotta go around this end here. Coming along.
Oh, I didn't line that up perfectly. Oh well.
Oh, we got a little bit of lifting right there.
I like how you said that. It's getting a little bit of lifting, a little bit.
It was like, oh no! Stop it! I was trying to coax it into not lifting, but it did. It did not listen.
Oh my. Oh my. I'll just put this down here. That'll cover up that little area. Sorry, I'll show you as I'm doing it in a minute. It's hard to like show you and do it at the same time. All right, so we're getting the second part on here.
Okay, so when you have something like this that goes over a crease, we usually just take like a little knife and cut it, but this broke when I was doing the transfer, so it opens up.
That actually turned out really cute.
Oop.
I like that together.
I mean, this box is not cooperating.
The box, not your friend.
And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything extra to that one.
I need the bird that came with this butterfly one. That's the one I wanted. That's the bird. Can you find the butterfly?
Bird that came...
It came with the entomology one.
Oh. Hang on, let me put these ferns up before we lose like 90% of this transfer.
They're cash money. You can't lose that. Alright. Okay, here's the other side that I did with the scraps. That's really cute. So this was like a thin strip this wide from the edge of a transfer that we saved, and now we've got that on there. Okay. And then so I'm thinking, I don't know, I need to see the bird. I don't know that it'll make it on here.
I don't think I have it over here.
Oh. Is there any of this?
Oh, maybe it's right here.
No, we're done with that one.
There you go.
Alright. Alright, this is the entomology one. Oh, there's little tiny butterflies. These will be perfect. I'm so excited.
Alright, I'm going to start stacking stuff so you can...
Okay, you start
You guys
stacking
can
it so
see
they
it all
can see
together.
all the projects, and I'm just going to be over here excited about tiny butterflies. Forget the bird. Tiny butterflies it is.
Alright, we'll pan you here in a minute. We'll bring you in close.
The people of Facebook and the people of YouTube will get a pan.
The nice thing about this being painted inside is you can do another coat and not have to worry about messing with the transfer.
Yes, sir. Alright, so I'm going to put the big butterfly right here on the bottom. Because we have like this weird gap here.
Look at all these extra words I should have saved.
What? Can we use it? Well, did they touch anything? Because if they didn't touch anything, we can still
I
use
don't
it.
think they have. I just laid it down, but I don't know how careful I was.
They said the birdhouse is adorable. You guys, always save scraps because this is all just little scrappy doos going on this birdhouse here. Okay, look at the butterfly on the side of that birdhouse. Now I'm going to add a couple of butterflies on this side, and then I've got 2 left over that I'm going to carry over to the front. I don't want them to line up perfectly because that's not organic enough. So Is it weird that this is like my favorite little project? This little birdhouse.
I think it's alright.
I think it's alright, it's my favorite.
Ooh, throwing stuff. I don't know how to set this all up here without covering everything up. We did too many projects.
In 1 hour, right? Or I don't know, what time is it?
We might be over an hour.
It might be over now.
Yep.
Gotta hurry, I get my parents from the...
Yeah, you gotta go get them from the airport. Okay, we're gonna scoot you back a little bit.
Alright, I'm just gonna put these butterflies and then I promise I'm done. Maybe. Now I'm gonna have to go change the price tag. I was asking $9.95 for this, and now I think I'm gonna have to ask $19.95 for this little house.
You guys are gonna get to see some of the mess.
It's gonna take you flying so that way you guys can see all the little projects. We're not quite done, don't worry. Anything that's on a painted surface will get sealed, and then the one with the bugs on it is gonna get some flowers or maybe some ferns on the top.
Can you hand me that window behind you?
There's that.
Here, just lay that window out right there on the...
Okay, hold on, I gotta put up the rest of these. So
Okay,
you guys can pick up all of these transfers at JamiRayVintage.com, or you can come to the shop in Lehigh and pick them up, or Plant Bar AZ will have them in a few days. They are being mailed out today.
Hang on, guys. It's gonna get weird. Okay.
It's gonna get weird.
It did get weird. So we've got the mirror here. I wish I could tell you, but I've already forgotten what all these are called.
Okay, hold on. I can do it. The mirror is called Label Affirma. So this is Label Affirma.
And then we've got the crockery one, what is it called?
Which one? Oh, oh gosh. The classic pots.
Classic pots, the ferns.
Was that called ferns?
I believe so.
It had ferns on it.
I'm calling it
It's
ferns.
called Frond Botanical.
Frond
This is
Botanical.
Frond Botanical. And this here is
I'm gonna have
wallflower.
to talk to Sally and Josie and name stuff that I can remember.
Wallflower mixed with the decor pots. That one's. And then this is painted in julep. We've got this painted in ocean. And then we've got bits and pieces. This is left over from, what was that one that you did on the big window?
No, it wasn't Wander, was it? It was
Yes, Wanderer. So this is left over from Wanderer and some of the, I don't know, bug one. What's that called? Entomology.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of entomology, here's our entomology pressed butterfly inspired window that's going to get some fronds up here on the top to complete the look on this one. So I'm excited about that.
And then down here we have the Wander one.
Scroll this one down just a little bit more. There you go. So they've got Wander on that one. And this is going to get some hooks. And then we've got our old school desk with the lemon drops on it. That's what, I can actually remember that. It's called lemon drops. It looks like lemon dropping. Then Japonica is on this apothecary chair.
I think that's everything.
Is that it? Did we miss anything?
I don't know, but there was a ton of projects with all new transfers that I don't know the names of.
Phew. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll do a little sign out here. We'll
Here,
put the
hold on.
cameras back on.
Hold that for just
Hold
a
on.
second. Show them some close-ups. I'm gonna put this camera up.
If you guys are saying that it's fuzzy, you might want to try YouTube to rewatch the video on there, because YouTube definitely has better quality in the long run. Okay, let me put this back on there. You can pick up all of these transfers at JamiRayVintage.com. You can stop by the shop, or you can purchase any of these products at the shop. If it doesn't have glass on it and you're interested in shipping it, you can email Lehigh Shop at JamiRayVintage.com.
You gotta squat down. You're just showing them your.
Oh, down here?
Yeah.
All right, guys, be sure if you're on YouTube to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more.
DIY.
And if you're on Facebook, if you would hit that little share button, it helps us out a ton. We love you guys. Have a great Tuesday, and we will be live on YouTube tomorrow for Waste Not Wednesday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time.
Yep. All right, guys. Hope you enjoy these new transfers. They're awesome.
Zab's turning off the other one.